We're celebrating city championships on the junior high level at 3 different locations. That's next on Conversations. Welcome everybody to Conversations. We're on location at Boles Junior High celebrating their co-championship in volleyball. With me is Athletic Director Kevin Ozee, and this is a first-time thing, but I think the girls really enjoy this.
Yeah, it's so special, and this is one of our favorite times as athletic directors. Coach Chambers and Coach Peach and I, we get out of the office and celebrate kids and coaches. We changed the format a little bit this year of our city championships and really want to put the focus back on the kids and the competition, so that's a really neat thing.
You kind of see, Kevin, firsthand what life is like here at 11 a.m. in junior high.
It's incredible. Being around kids and coaches is why we're in the business, and this is fun. This is like the Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes, getting to award $1 million check is a feeling that I have.
Well, Barnett were co-champions in football. The format was a little different per se, not having a city championship game, but recap Barnett.
Barnett was actually outright champions in football. What we did is, in the past, they've had a playoff system, and they would award the city champion based on a playoff, and in volleyball and basketball, they would award city champion based on a weekend tournament. What we did, we changed that structure. It's the entire body of the season. And so this group here at Boles and volleyball and Bailey, co-champions, is based on their work through the season. Then we built in tournament champions. So we have other teams who can still, like Young volleyball, 8th grade, they won their city tournament champion. So they get a trophy and things like that. So we have different levels of awards. And this afternoon we're going to Barnett to honor their football team. And we'll have some of the Bowie varsity football players there to help us celebrate, and then tomorrow we're going to Bailey to do the volleyball co-champs. So fun time.
Kevin, finally, if you could recap the athletic season per date here in late November. It was a good season football-wise. Lamar in volleyball, Arlington in volleyball, and well.
Yeah, it's been a great year so far. We had 4 schools qualify for the football playoffs. We have 2 still playing, in Martin and Lamar. And our volleyball, of course, Arlington and Lamar met in the 3rd round in the volleyball playoffs, and Lamar won that match and qualified for regionals, got beat at regionals by a very good team. And so great things there. We also had success in cross country. Bowie boys cross country, they won district for the first time maybe in history. I don't know, it's been a long time. They have a great program, and then we had several students qualify for the state tournament from Martin and one from Arlington High, which was really neat for cross country. It's been a great fall so far. It's gone by too fast. So you won your zone, and you also won city co-champs. So we have 2 trophies to present to you, to present to Coach.
Thank you. Whoa. Very good, lady. Whoa. And your zone. Awesome. Thank you.
Well, Coach, obviously this was a big surprise, but if you could recap the season and what everything meant this year.
We had a great group of girls. We won every game. We went undefeated into the playoffs, and we were excited to be the first city champions for Arlington. All of my girls worked hard and worked well together. They're going to be awesome to watch at Martin, and I'm really excited. This was truly a surprise. I want to thank the athletic department for doing this. It's the first time this has happened, and makes us feel really appreciated and excited about it.
You know, it seems like every year it's either you, Bailey, or Young, and this was as competitive as it gets.
Yes, it's always the 3 of us, and we always hope to be the one that ends out on top. And then we want them to go into Martin and to be on top again. So it's always that way. Once in a while, Shaq sneaks in.
Of course, a lot of these girls will go to Martin. Do you encourage them to see Martin in the regular season when they play volleyball?
Yes, a lot of these girls have big sisters that are playing, but they also go to the Martin games. And we also try, Coach Perez hands down her ball game plans, her volleyball plans, and we try to follow what she's teaching her kids. So hopefully when I send them up there, they're prepared to go and ready to go for her.
Yeah, they really are. The best thing about teaching and coaching at Boles, because you've been here a long time.
I've been here 16 years. The best thing about Boles are these kids. and our administration. Mr. Province, Ms. Collins, Mr. Gutowski, they support athletics 100%, and they let us do our job. And then they send us wonderful kids like this. The parents send these kids up here. The best thing about Boles is teaching these students. We have great Bulldogs here.
Is there kind of a letdown after all this?
Yes, kind of a relaxing and a letdown, and then we start thinking about next year, because once volleyball's over with, I do coach soccer, which I love, but there is a letdown. You just kind of relax and go, well, it's over with, and now what do we do?
Well, Payton, if you could recap the season and some of the teams that you really want to beat the most.
We really wanted to beat Bailey the most, and I liked working together as a team, and everybody did really good.
What was it like playing for Coach Goforth?
I really liked playing with Coach Go. She just taught us to have fun and to work our hardest.
I know a lot of you girls are encouraged to see the Lady Warriors play, and volleyball is probably part of your life right now, isn't it?
Yes, I'm really looking forward to playing at Martin.
What is your position, and what would you like to play in the future years?
I'm a setter, and I would like to stick with that.
Best thing about attending Boles and playing volleyball?
I liked playing at Boles because I worked with a lot of good people, and we worked together, and we did really good.
We're here at Barnett Junior High for the Football Presentation Awards.
The reason we're here today is, anybody know why?
Are we city champs?
You're city champs. Special thanks for you. Number one, thank Coach DeArman for bringing, and the rest of the Bowie coaches, bringing some of these guys. Some of these guys played right here. Now they're at the varsity level with Bowie. Come over, they want to see you guys, hang out with you, celebrate with you. Got some pizza for you here in a minute. Then we got some few goodies for you.
Well, Wellington, this is a big deal for these kids, and I know that you're proud of what they accomplished.
Yes, sir. I'm very proud of them. They haven't lost in 2 years. This 8th grade group went undefeated in 7th grade, and they went undefeated in 8th grade.
Tell me about the numbers, how many you have on the 7th grade team and the 8th grade team.
7th grade, we have a little bit over 60, and because we have 3 teams in 7th grade. In 8th grade, we have 2 teams. We have about 58 players.
I know it's busy for you as coordinator once the football season starts, but now with the spring right around the corner, there's a lot more to do.
Well, yes, sir. Well, right now we switched to basketball mode because I'm also the head basketball coach. So when basketball is over, we get in the off season. We start training to get faster and ready for next year.
I know you're proud of Coach Robinson and what he's accomplished here.
Extremely proud of him. He's very disciplined. He runs a disciplined program, and our kids worked hard for him.
Pretty good group of kids here?
Oh, yes, sir. Amazing. I'm proud of them.
We got some individual medals. We have some stuff to put in the trophy case. How's that sound?
Y'all get on my nerves, I know.
So we got y'all's trophy for winning city. Pretty cool, right? This is your zone. Your zone.
Well, Coach, 2 of the last 3 years, Barnett was either vying for the city championship or winning the city championship. It came through this year. What does this group mean for you?
Well, this group's very special. All my groups are special. This group's really special. They haven't lost a game their whole time here at Barnett. 7th grade, they went undefeated, and then 8th grade, they went undefeated. And just hard work, discipline, and heart, lots of heart.
I know you're proud of all of your kids, but is there one or two that maybe surprised you and you thought, hey, this could be a pretty good football season?
Well, we started off, and my thing is about the team, the whole team, everybody participate, everybody putting in. But 2 of the players that really stood out for me was Nicholas Thigpen and Marcellus Smith. He ran for 20 touchdowns this year, and each game Thigpen was good for about 7-8 solo tackles.
These kids feed Bowie. Have they locked into the volunteer way, or how attached are they already to being a volunteer?
Well, last year's team, they're city champions. They all went to Bowie. They only lost one game. They were district champions. And now these students here, the summer before school starts, they'll go work out at Bowie and they'll meet the coaches, and the coaches come to the football games and to build that rapport. And so when they get done here, I see good things the next half decade at Bowie.
Was this afternoon a complete surprise for you and the kids?
Oh, it was a total surprise. I was in my PLC for history, and I heard it over the loudspeakers, so I went ahead and came out, and it was a real surprise.
Is there kind of a letdown after a football season?
Honestly, to tell you the truth, there is. Like I told my 7th graders this year, we have 275 days till next football season. Here at Barnett, we built a tradition. I've been the head football coach for 6 years, and just a tradition of discipline, hard work, and just heart. You know, we had a player from several years ago, Byron Hill, and we always, when we break, it's always on Byron Hill, and his mom comes out to every homecoming, you know, and then I remember I went to his funeral 4 years ago, and we were at the cemetery and everything, and you know, and I told myself, I said, you know, we're going to win a city championship for you. And 3 years ago, we got let down, we got gun put us, but last year we took it, this year we took it, and I got a good group of kids in 7th grade, so we'll see if we can run it back again.
They're volunteers first, Coach, but it's kind of interesting. You never know who may end up as a Longhorn, a Baylor Bear, a TCU Horned Frog, or an SMU Mustang.
Oh, that's it. You know, these students, my players, have potential. A lot of them have potential. Bam, he ran for 20 touchdowns in 7 games because we held him out a game because his shoulder was hurt. So it just knows 250, 300 yards average a game, and the offensive line was fabulous, and it was just it was a wonderful season. It was a wonderful thing to see.
Finally, Coach, what do you like about teaching and coaching here at Barnett?
The family atmosphere. When I got back from Iraq in 2006, I moved down here because my son was down here. I really didn't have any other family or anything like that, and they hired me on here at Barnett, and I spent 18 hours a day here, and I love the faculty, I love the staff, and I've been here for going on 9 years now, 6 years as a coach, and I just love it. It's like it's a family atmosphere. Everybody takes care of each other. We take care of our students, and it's a wonderful time every day.
With Bowie head football coach Danny DeArman, the Volunteers this year won 4 of their last 5 games heading into the playoffs with that matchup against Odessa Permian. And Coach, you had a good week of practice, and it's not as if you weren't ready, and you had to feel good heading into by district.
Oh, we felt great. We knew we were going in to play a team that has history, and we were playing at their stadium, and you know, we were playing against an offense that we'd never faced that style of offense before in the option, but we felt good going in, and we knew we had to get some stops, and we're going to have to move football and hold on to it, and those are 2 things that we didn't really do. So, you know, kids fought their butts off the whole time, and was proud of them.
Mr. DeAndre Cook had himself quite a senior season, and you just said you saw your next running back here at Barnett. How good are these kids here?
This is a great group. They're 15-0 over the last 2 years. First time in the history of Arlington that we've had a group go undefeated as 7th and 8th graders, and you know, I'm excited. Those guys over there are excited to have this group come up, and we've got a group in front of them that were 9-1 as freshmen. So next few years are going to be pretty good.
Coach, what is your focus heading into spring? I know it seems like 100 years away, but it's really not.
Actually, we've already got on the board, and we've got our returners. We're looking at our different spots that we're going to have to fill. Obviously, the running back position is going to be huge for us. We're losing a lot of seniors on both sides of the football. We do have 11 returning, so we're excited about that. We're going to have to do a great job this spring of getting stronger, getting tougher, and trying to put another run together.
Finally, Coach, that come-from-behind win over Arlington High at Cowboy Stadium had to be a highlight this year for you.
Absolutely, and that may be one of the biggest games that we've played in, most exciting at least. You know, the biggest thing about that is, as we talked about before the season started, is playing one play at a time and playing for each other, and not letting anything stand in the way of playing for each other. The scoreboard didn't mean a thing. It was one play at a time. At halftime, we went in there and we didn't yell and scream. We talked about taking care of the little things, but playing for each other. And fourth quarter rolled around, and things rolled our way finally and took care of itself.
Yes. We're here to congratulate and celebrate.
If you could summarize the season.
We had an outstanding season. We started off at the very beginning, and we knew going into it that our competition was going to be young, Shackelford and Boles every year. So we worked hard. Probably the biggest area that we worked on was our serve-receive. Certainly, as far as the pizza party, that was a surprise for the girls getting out of class, definitely.
It seems like every year, Coach, that either you, Boles, or Young are vying for the city championship, and it was just as competitive again this year.
Yes, it was. It could have gone any way, certainly with our season, as far as us finishing up tied with Boles. We played them early in the season and split with them in a tournament, and then when we played them, played Young, we knew going into it that Boles had already beat Young, and so we knew we had to finish up and definitely win that game. As far as the 8-0, we knew that we had to finish up there, and we did. And then going into it against Young on that Saturday morning, they flat out played us. They had an excellent game and beat us, and then went and beat Boles. So it worked out where we both were zone champions, and then Young ended up winning the city tournament. So 3 champions there.
Coach, these girls go on to Arlington High. How closely do you follow their freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior years at Arlington?
Oh, I follow them all the way through. I watch their district games. I'm at their home games, go to the playoffs, and watch them compete.
When you have girls at this age, how soon can you tell how focused they are in the team-oriented way they play and how committed they are to the sport of volleyball?
Oh, I can tell right away. They come in as 7th graders ready to compete for Bailey with their ultimate goal, competing at Arlington High. They go to the Arlington High camp. Coming in, they play club volleyball. They're prepared. They're wanting to compete for Arlington High, and to do that, they come through Bailey wanting to be successful.
Finally, Coach, Bailey and Carter, the 2 oldest junior highs in the city. How does it feel to coach and teach, knowing all that history here?
Oh, I love it. I said, this is the best place to be. I said, probably a big deal to me the other night was going and watching Lamar play Arlington in the playoffs, and then having Kim. I coached Kim and I also coached Heather, and they were playing against each other, and then we had Dorothy Brooks down there officiating, and I coached with her here at Bailey, so there's just a lot of history here.
Kim Bailey has provided a lot of talent to Arlington High, but it goes beyond that with coaching clinics and other things.
Yes, definitely. You know, our junior high coaches come down and we do a coaching clinic with them. You know, all of the girls are at our matches. And so we're just building that family unity through all of our programs with Gunn and Bailey and some of Carter kids.
What was Rhonda like to play for?
Well, that was many years ago, but I do remember that she never let us get away with anything, and I think that that's what I love about having her as a junior high coach in our feeder system, is that she's going to get the kids prepared for the high school game.
Kim, the Lady Colts losing to Lamar in the playoffs, what can the sophomores and juniors take away from that loss?
Well, my theme through the playoffs was it's not where you start, it's where you finish. And I think that they truly took each game individually, and knowing that, you know, we had a third chance to beat Lamar and take it, I think we gave everything that we have. I think it showed that our athletes are prepared and they're going to work hard for anything.
City championship this year, the format was a little different, but as it turned out, it worked out pretty well.
I think anytime you reward a lot of kids, it's a great thing. And, you know, it goes back and forth. In high school all the time, they talk about, well, the playoffs, are we allowing too many people, too many teams? And the answer I've always had is the more kids that are involved, the more teams that get celebrated, I think is great. So the new format for our junior high in this city is awesome. The first thing is you got to play under compliance. And we are now UIL compliant as far as doing what we're supposed to do as far as our games, which was the big key to the change. But the other thing is when you have zone champions, when you have city champions, there's a lot of different teams that get respected and get celebrated, and that's what's happened here, and we're excited about that.
As in volleyball with Kim, she'll keep a close eye on some of the 8th graders. Yourself and the assistant coaches also will keep an eye on the Bailey Rams in football.
Well, I've been at Arlington High 13 years now, and during that time, the first thing we built was a good relationship with our junior high coaches and our players. All of these kids, for the most part at Bailey and also at Gunn, have come through our football camps in the summer. We have great relationships with them. A lot of them have brothers that have gone before them, and so we're really close with them. The other thing is we've had an opportunity to watch them as 7th and 8th graders and stand on their sidelines and watch them grow, and so we can't wait for them. But they're a big part of our family, and we love them for it.
As Kim said, with her underclassmen losing in postseason play, what can your sophomores and juniors take away from by district?
Well, I think the biggest thing is anytime you're playing in the playoffs, it's an expectation. And so for our kids, one, you get that extra practice time. And the second thing is those kids expect to be in the playoffs because they've seen it and because they've been there. And you know us, we've got 8 sophomores that start on varsity. We had 11 juniors that played for us, and we're a young team, and so that experience is going to be really key. But same thing when you talk about these 8th graders, the success that they have in volleyball and in football now is trained, and so that's going to carry over as they come up to Arlington High.
Well, that'll wrap up our championship tour of volleyball and football at Boles, Barnett, and Bailey. Our congratulations to the coaches and participants. Have a safe and joyous holiday period, and we'll see you next time on Conversations.